Hi friends, this is Chris. Welcome back to the channel. So Elon Musk is a genius. He's the smartest man on the planet. And in fact, he hates advertising. And I love Elon Musk. And if he hates advertising, I hate advertising too, because advertising is for losers.
I actually was surprised by the level of enthusiasm for advertising, since we have not historically done that. There perhaps is some good logic to it in that if we're simply sending out information via, say, the Tesla Twitter account or my Twitter account, we're somewhat preaching to the converted and not reaching people that are not already convinced, essentially. So I think they probably have a good point. I think it's worth a try, and we'll see. So we'll see how effective it is.
Do you have any idea how you'd like to try it or what that would involve?
Well, I have some general thoughts about advertising that if advertising is informative and entertaining, then it can start to approach content. So I think sometimes advertising is perhaps not informative, or perhaps in some cases a bit misleading.
Elon Musk has changed his mind, and I love Elon Musk. And so if he loves advertising, I love advertising too, because Elon Musk is a hero and he's the smartest guy in the whole world. You guys know I'm making a joke, but this is essentially why people who are Tesla fanboys and fangirls are clowns. I promise you, they've been saying all along that, advertising is for suckers, for losers, and that's why Tesla is an awesome company. And to be really frank, I actually think that is a reasonable argument that if you're a company that doesn't need to advertise, you got a great product, right? But things have definitely changed. The landscape is different. The competition is coming. And this is a real thing. If you advertise, it will cost you money, right? If it costs you money to sell your product, that means it's going to eat in your margins and you won't make as much money. I want to make this very, very clear and very simple for people who are Elon Musk fanboys and fangirls. We can take a look at the headlines. You heard it from Elon himself, but look at the headlines together as well. Elon is going to try advertising, says Elon Musk, who hates it. These are the headlines. And it's funny because one of the things that Elon Musk and the team, they have to worry about is, are they going to say things that are untrue? They have a history of that regarding the full self-driving FSD. And in fact, they were fined recently, right? You can see here, Tesla fined millions of dollars for false advertising. This was in Korea. And in fact, there are, various laws in various countries. And so you got to be careful about what you say. And Elon Musk is a bit cavalier on things that he says on Twitter and stuff like that. So we'll see if their advertising ends up being the same. There also is a criminal investigation as well. And, one of the things why I put out these videos is because it's just the reality. Tesla's very popular, and so is Elon Musk. And if you make Tesla pumper and Elon Musk pumper videos, you also be popular, even if it's like kind of ridiculous and nonsense. So I try to put some truth in this thing. So this is very true, right? So if you opened a Tesla IPO and you just put $1 bazillion in it, you do fantastic, right? You're up. I can totally see that. But there's a really important concept that you need to understand is that past performance does not guarantee future results. And I'll repeat, past performance does not guarantee future results. We don't know what that means. This means things that happened in the past may not happen again. Another example here. So you can totally see, right? A lot of people who are, young dudes on YouTube, they got Tesla, say maybe 2020, something like this. And you've done well, right? The stock has definitely gone up. I can see it, right? However, it depends when you bought it. So if you bought it in the last year, you're down about 34%, and you kind of like, wait, what? All the pumpers said that it's going to go exponential. It's going to go like a hockey stick forever. And again, I have to repeat, past performance does not necessarily equate to future results. If you bought Tesla at the top, you're down, roughly 50, 60%, something like that. So this is a real thing, and a lot of people are kind of confused, and this is sort of why you have to understand something as well, is that you can't buy a stock that's overvalued. The pumpers, they try to convince you that Tesla at any price is a good. And I just want to be real with you guys. Okay, let's say you love a Tesla car. Does that mean you should spend $500,000 on said car? And you should understand that concept that no, you shouldn't. Sometimes things are overvalued, right? Doesn't mean it's a bad company. It just means that something can be overvalued. And the other argument that the pumpers try to make with you is that, it's going to grow like exponentially forever. And I just want you guys to just take a look at it. So this is a real chart. And the pumpers will draw it differently, but this is essentially a realistically looking chart. One of the things that I want to think about is like, yes, you could double your growth in the early stages, right? And in fact, from say 2012 to 2013, what are you going from 2,600 cars to 22,000 cars delivery, which is like what 10x growth, which is like fantastic, right? You're growing like crazy, but you can't 10x growth forever, right? Say you go from 50,000 cars to it takes 2 years now to go to double. It's like 100,000 cars, right? You're doubling, but not on a yearly basis, and clearly not a 10x growth. You go from 100 to 245. There you did double, fantastic. 245 to 367, right? You're slowing again. You guys see what I'm going on here? Let's say you went from 2020 from about 500,000 cars to roughly 1 million. You doubled, fantastic. And then suddenly you slowed again, right? Now you're at 1.3 million. And the question is going to be like, how can this growth rate continue? Like, do you expect it to double every year in deliveries? Just an honest question. Or do you expect it to 10x, whatever? But in my opinion, the growth will slow, and there is going to be a cap on how many cars they can actually sell. The main reason is that we're talking about a car, because oftentimes people like to say, well, Chris, you're just too stupid. Tesla's going to be just like Apple. And it's really different. It's really, really different. Selling a car, right, to every, man, woman, and child is not a possible thing. Whereas theoretically, yes, everyone, man, woman, child could have a phone, could have a watch, could have, iTunes account, all these kind of things. And that's funny because I guess iTunes doesn't even exist anymore, but you get my point. A car product is very, very different than Apple. So that's an argument that I would make on that. And the other thing too that I would mention to you guys as well, for you guys who are, just dealing facts here, Elon Musk is born in June 28th, 1971. He's 51 years old. How much longer do you think he's going to be CEO of the company? It's an honest question, because for people who are in this thing, they say, you know what, I love Elon Musk. He is so awesome, and he's taken Tesla to awesome heights. But how much longer is he going to be there? And I can just tell you, this is an honest question as well. For those of you who are old enough, even if you're young, it's a simple question though. Do you think Apple is the same company with or without Steve Jobs? It's an honest question, and this will be the same one that I have the question for you with Elon Musk and Tesla. It's an important question because I said, for those of you who are fanboys and fangirls, he's not going to be there forever. And I do believe the growth is slowing. And I think advertising, the argument I would make is that if they feel like that they have to do this, means that they feel like that their cars aren't selling like hotcakes like they once were, and they got to get essentially the message out, and they got to pay money to do that. The other thing too, which is really quite interesting, and this is more in defense of Tesla, he's saying, okay, we're going to release 2 new Tesla products. And they ask him what that is. He's not going to say. That's how it goes. And this is a quote. We are actually building a new product. We're actually designing a new product. We aren't sitting on our hands here. That Tesla CEO, Elon Musk, he says there are 2 new products I think that you will be very excited about. He's not saying what they are, but you are going to be excited. And this is moreover, he's saying that their production and design is a head and shoulders above everyone else. And then moreover, he's saying, this is Elon's guess, so, don't sue me. We'll probably make it in excess of 5 million units a year, 2 models combined. So, I'm just telling you guys, but again, Elon and the team over there have been known to give wild projections on things that haven't necessarily become true. Just take a look at FSD. It is not here. As of today, it's not here, and it is something that you have to pay extra for as well. This is something that, this is a thing that they've been raising and lowering prices. And according to the numbers here, and you guys can, tell me if this makes sense to you or not, but their surplus is going up, meaning that they are making more cars than they can deliver, / more cars than they can sell. And so the advertising is a cue to me that they got to get these cars out of their, off the lots and into people's homes. But, the demand isn't there necessarily. The other problem is, this is very real. The competition is coming. And there's a lot of people that say, oh, Chris, they've been talking about companies coming for years. Yeah, maybe they have, and they haven't come, right? That's very true. So the last, say, 2020, 21, yeah, there wasn't really that much competition, but maybe 2024, 2025, it's going to be there. And this idea that other brands, be it Toyota, Honda, Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes, I have to list all the brands, Ford, Chevy, all these brands, the idea that they're not going to make cars is frankly ridiculous. And that's one of the models that the Tesla fanboys and fangirls have really left out is, the competition is going to be real. And then you got all these newer brands coming from China, like your BYD or your NIO, Li Auto, all these things, etc. And so it's going to be tough for them. And I think this advertising, again, is sort of a sign of weakness for Tesla. But I totally get it. If you're a fanboy or fangirl, you're going to completely forget all those things that you used to say, how advertising was bad and dumb, and Elon Musk was smart for not advertising. now that Elon Musk changed his mind, you're going to have all these people flip and say, oh, wow, no, advertising's great. Elon Musk is a genius. And I just want you to understand, if you don't recognize like how dumb you sound by flipping on that, very fundamental point about Tesla and advertising, you might as well just put on the clown nose now because that's essentially how it looks. So love to hear your guys' thoughts on this thing. I do appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.